What is up, everybody? It is update time. My name is Wes, aka Thick Boy McGirth, aka your dad's dad. It's time to talk about what's going on in my life, what to expect from the channel, and everything else that I feel is relevant. So, first thing, let's cover the fun stuff. Let's talk about what the channel is going to look like going into 2023, what to expect, any potential changes, yada, yada, yada. So, first and foremost, there's going to be continued content all through next year. I have a lot of plans. I have lots of videos ready and just need editing and all that fun stuff. Nothing's going to change on that front. I'm still going to be doing more Mysterious Mind episodes, creature features, fact or cap, paranormal files, tier lists, and then gaming. That's still going to go on. I'm loving it. It's been a lot of fun. We're building a cool community here with some awesome people, and I don't foresee any of that stopping. However, there's going to be some added stuff that I'm really excited about. One being the podcast should be back soon. I know I've been talking about it, and later in the video I'm going to talk about some career changes, life changes that are going on that sort of impacted why I wasn't able to really do the podcast in an effective manner, I guess you could say. But now that should all be changed, and we should be rolling episodes again here soon. I don't want to give a date to it because it just all depends on what guests I can get, how soon I can get them, and all that fun stuff. Second, another thing that I had talked about in the last update video that didn't happen that I'm planning on happening is more streaming again. I plan on streaming here on YouTube and on a couple other platforms at the same time since we're not big enough to be on that contract yet. So expect that. I do plan on running tournaments bi-monthly. So if you want to be involved in those, look out for those. That's going to happen. And then there is two things that no one really knows about, but I'm going to kind of dive into here. I'm not quite sure the extent or how it's going to look yet, but I'm kind of... I don't really know how to explain it. So you guys have seen some of the Cactus Patch videos that have been uploaded on this channel where I'm playing with some friends and whatnot. And a few of them are into Call of Duty, and ranked Call of Duty is coming out soon. I really want to push competitive ranked Call of Duty. Or something competitive. Just because I think that would be a lot of fun content, and it's mentally challenging to play comp in any of these new age games. And I like the people that I play with, and I think that there is potential for us to do pretty damn good. We're doing the CDL playlist right now on COD, and I would say our win rate right now is 95%. Maybe 90%. We usually will have a night where we'll do 10-1, 9-2. Like, we're definitely winning more than we're losing by a long shot, which is awesome. And I plan on discussing, if you guys are watching, hey, what's up? I plan on discussing with the people that we're playing with a little bit more in depth on what we want to do, if maybe we want to actually push and maybe make it something bigger than just playing COD on the nights. Like maybe do some collab streaming, maybe make a channel for it, a Discord to get other competitive people in there. I don't know yet. These are all just spitball ideas that need to be discussed. But we have a fun joke with a team name and a mascot that is really silly, but could lead to some fun stuff. And if they are down, I am down, is kind of what I'm leaning at. The second thing that I want to get into, it's something that I've been dying to do for a long time, is retro gaming, and more specifically focused around the Nintendo 64. I think that I want to start lightly grinding Mario 64 speedrunning. I loved Mario 64 growing up, as did anyone in the 90s that had a Nintendo 64. And I am a big time viewer of that speedrunning community. I follow all the top 5-6 people who are in the 120 star category. And I follow some of the other people in like the 16 and 1 and 0 star category. I don't quite know what, like, mechanically, I am nowhere near doing a speedrun attempt. So it would be a lot of, you know, running through the game over and over to get good enough to actually start implementing speedrunning strats. And then from there, you know, kind of see where it takes me. But I do think that that's something I want to do, along with just retro gaming in general. It's not that I'm burnt out of new age games. There's a lot of fantastic new age games that I'm still going to be pumping, but there's so many retro video games that I want to revisit, and I feel like revisiting them as a video with other retro game fans would be a lot of fun. And maybe, just maybe, I might be able to convince a buddy of mine to hop in on it. He is someone that is really big into retro video gaming. Some people call him Dad. You may know him. We'll see. But it's something that I've really been contemplating for a long time, and I just haven't done it. And I feel like, why am I not doing it? You know, like I've been dying to play a lot of old games. I have a fucking gauntlet of video games just surrounding my house. I mean, here, let me see what's within arm's reach. Hold on. This is on my desk of purchases I've done recently. Oh, there's just one. I thought this was two. I have fucking Gex for the 64. If you know, you fucking know. The game's fantastic. Like, I just have N64 games, NES games, Sega games just scattered throughout my house. I'm sure I can figure out an emulator if I wanted to do that. But yeah, that's something that is definitely on the short list of stuff to expect going into next year. As far as streaming goes, I'm not quite sure. I've been contemplating if I want to start streaming like some of the fact or cap videos to have like people watch and we could have conversations as we're going. I think that might be kind of fun. I know that some people who are actually join the conversation in the comments might show up at the live streams, and that could lead to a lot of fun. But I'm not quite sure what that looks like yet. We'll kind of see where we end up here soon. But that's kind of the channel stuff. I am going to make a separate video come New Year's that's going to be goals. I set goals last year. I'm going to find wherever I posted them on Facebook or social media. We're going to go through them together, see what I did accomplish, what I didn't accomplish, and then we're going to set goals for 2023. 2022 was not a good year for my goals, but it was a good year for other things. My goals in content, streaming, and the podcast took a backseat to career, which isn't what I wanted. And this is a perfect segue to talk about where I'm at career-wise. First and foremost, I've always tried to keep my personal life and content creation separate from my career life, because it's not that I'm afraid of them merging. I like to hold myself in a different light in my career than I do here, in the sense of like, I'm not two different people, but like here I talk about personal shit, like my life, things I've done. I mean, you can go look at some of the other, you know, talks with Wes that I've done, or in my experience videos, whatever you want. Like, those are things that I wouldn't share with coworkers, you know, unless they're friends. But even still, like, I like to keep those things separate, just because I like to come home and not worry about work. And I like to go to work and focus on work, right? I don't like blending them together. However, with that being said, if for those of you who know personally, kind of know what's going on, but I am no longer with the company I was with. It's kind of sad. It's frustrating in a lot of senses, just because I put in a lot of work this year. It, I don't. I. It's tough to say. Like, I'm gonna keep it vague, but basically, I got hired on at a pretty good position, pretty good salary, and I moved to different locations to rebuild those locations and get them up and running and profitable. And I was successful at doing that. And it was all under a corporate window and a corporate entity. However, the corporate entity decided to sell to locals and franchisees of the bigger company. Sorry to keep it vague. I don't want to name drop what company just because it's not important. And when that happened, it sort of put a giant halt in my career growth. I was on a short list, if you want to call it, or a fast track list of becoming a area supervisor, area manager, or even a auditor for said company, which are two positions I was really working hard to get. And they know that window, that door's closed when corporate sold. And even though I was, the opportunity that I had to continue with said company under different ownership was great, there was not much progression. Now, that isn't why I left. I got personal stuff going on that I'm not going to share, but that is the primary factor of why I ended up leaving. But I was already kind of looking at other options, and I found them. I have two options on the table that are absolutely fantastic, and I am leaning towards one specifically that I believe is going to take me into not only a career that is exciting and fun, but one that I know that I can grow with hundreds of different organizations. It will kind of be my choosing. I have a friend who's in one specifically that could be a really good in for me, and I'm going to continue. I'm going to finally get back and pursue a bachelor's degree. I got my associates several years back, but never really knew what I wanted to do after that, and now I kind of have direction for it. So when that is all said and done, I'm going to kind of have what I've wanted for a long time, which some people might think this is silly, but I want to be able to have something that is, more normalized, something that's more, I can have a set time that I work, and I don't have to be on call or work this extended amount of hours and miss out on family time, this whole entire thing that I'm trying to do, the YouTube, the podcast, the content creation. Like, I don't want it to take a back seat in my life. I feel like there is a way to balance all of it, and I need something more set, something that's more, I know I'm going to work from this hour to this hour and then not be bothered, on a whim later that evening. Sadly, the job that I was at caused a lot of excess stress and what I've been told, which I didn't really know, and anxiety, because I needed to be always on my phone or near my phone just in case something happened. And it impacted me mentally and impacted relationships around me, and it just wasn't fun. And I don't want to ever have a position like that ever again, unless it's doing something that I want to be really doing. So I'm keeping it vague. I'm sorry. I know it's just nothing set in stone yet, and I'm not. Damn, my hat looks kind of whack today. I'm sorry. I just realized that. I don't want to put too many things out there yet without it being For sure. But I'm excited. I'm bummed out that where things have ended at the end of the year, I guess, career wise. But some of it's out of my control, and some of it was just not meant to be, I guess. So here we are. um, it sucks because I feel like this has happened a couple times, and people have joined me through this journey. I think I've worked at 5 businesses total in my life, and I don't know. I really struggle when I don't see progression and I don't see a future, because then I feel like I'm just working to survive. And there's more to life than just that, you know. There really is. Don't let people fool you. There is. And it's I'm young. I failed at a couple things in my life, and I'm adult enough to admit it, and it sucks, but you have to fail forward to keep progressing, right? And that's my plan. I'm not saying that I failed at this last endeavor. I feel like it was a little bit of piss poor timing, just in the sense of I didn't. The only reason why I went back to this company, because I had worked for it previously, was that they were corporately owned and there was a ladder to climb. I didn't go back because I loved it, you know? So it just, without a corporate ladder, it just really, it's not fun. It's not fun. It's a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety and a lot of pressure and a lot of moving parts, which I did fine, but at the end of the day, it's not worth losing family time, lifetime, and everything else. Plus, there's some other personal stuff, like I said, that's going on that I'm not willing or going to share with you guys, just because it is personal, not like semi-personal. Aside from that, I think that's going to wrap it up for the update. So a lot of exciting stuff coming. If there's anything you guys want to see from me, please, I'm more than happy to facilitate that. For those of you who are watching this video, thank you. This isn't getting posted anywhere on social media or anything like that, so it's just people who want to click on it, see my beautiful face, and you're like, holy shit, the Girth Lord has decided to post an update video. And here we are. Fun stuff. I'm excited for 2023. 30 years old is creeping right around that corner here soon, so, zoinks. Gotta make sure that we get set up a little bit better for that. And the channel's growing every day, so excited for the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.